Yep. This Spyro game is definitely hated on. Well, there's a trilogy in this series, and this is... excuse me, sorry. We only got one of the installments on the GameCube. But I'm actually enjoying this. The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. And I kind of like it because it's actually a dark game, and I enjoy playing dark games. And what's also cool is that Spyro is voiced by Elijah Wood, who is known as playing as Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings and also the Hobbit movies, very briefly. I thought it was... I'm enjoying it. Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. This is a good game. You go around and you catch these dark Pokemons. It can be any type of Pokemon, and it's being possessed by some kind of dark spirit, and you have to catch them, and you have to bring them into not being dark. God, my nose. Bionicle. Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. This is a very interesting game, but it's pretty good. You mainly go around pushing this giant egg. It's a puzzle adventure game. Love the Sonic games. Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. This game and its sequel, which would be next, were originally on the Sega Dreamcast, and I definitely want to get them when I get a Dreamcast again. This is the sequel, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. They did a TV show, I think it was called Sonic X, and the Sonic X TV show was based... well, I think like the first 2 seasons were based on those 2 games. Because if you play the games and watch the show, they're very similar in storyline. Sonic Heroes. This was an interesting game where you have teams that you team up with. Like Sonic will have Sonic and Tails together with Knuckles. And then you have another team where Amy, Big the Cat, and some of the other ones are all joined up together. It's just like separate teams. And there's a dark team where Shadow and other characters like that are all together. It's pretty good. Shadow the Hedgehog. This was a very different game. I'm very surprised this wasn't rated T for teens, because Shadow is holding a gun and he's going around shooting with it, riding motorcycles and stuff. It's a pretty good game. It gets pretty violent. I have 2 copies of this, and I'm so lucky. This is a very expensive game. I've done research on it. I have 2 copies, and it's just awesome. The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. It comes with The Legend of Zelda, the first one, on the NES. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link on the NES. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And also a demo for the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. That's my second copy. And then I have the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 2-game bonus disc, which comes with the Master Quest for Ocarina of Time. It's a harder version of it. Just like, so like, if some of the items were in Ocarina of Time, when you play Master Quest, those items would be in different locations. It's much harder. I love this game. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. You turn into a wolf. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's a good Zelda game. They came out with an HD version on the Wii U. And same kind of goes for this. They came out with an HD version of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Awesome game. I'm hoping that they'll bring out Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, both of them HD versions. Hopefully they'll bring them out on the Switch. I hope so. God, my ear, I tell you. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I'm not sure how to say this. I don't even want to know if I can even attempt to even pronounce this. But it's a lot like Final Fantasy. What else is it a lot like? Because you have stats that you can upgrade and stuff in your weapons. And I think they came out with a sequel to this, or maybe a prequel. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. You play as Boba Fett. It's an action adventure.